The 90s Cowboys were one of the best dynasties in NFL history, taking home 3 championships from 93 to 96. The dynasty was led by many stars such as Troy Aikman, Emmitt Smith, and Deion Sanders. However, easily the most controversial piece was Michael Irvin. On the field, he was a star, but off the field, there was a much darker side. While he was dropping 1,000-yard seasons on the field, he was also living a life that can be best described by one word: scandalous. From leading the infamous White House to even stabbing one of his own teammates, Michael Irvin definitely had his fair share of controversy. This is the duality of a superstar, the dark history behind Michael Irvin's playing days. Before getting into everything, it's important to understand Michael Irvin's rise to fame. Irvin had a rough childhood, but this only made him more determined on the football field. He had an incredible collegiate career for the Miami Hurricanes. In 3 seasons, he recorded 2,400 yards and 26 touchdowns. His electric play was huge in helping the Hurricanes win the national championship in 1987. His large frame and clear physicality led the Cowboys to end up selecting him 11th overall in the 1988 NFL Draft, and his success instantly translated to the next level. He played his entire 12-year career in Dallas, recording over 11,000 yards and 65 touchdowns on exactly 750 receptions. Irvin put together a Hall of Fame career, and that's what people remember him for. However, there's a deeper, darker side, a side filled with drugs, women, and crime. Now that we've established the glory for Irvin, let's get into the controversy. The White House is a dark stain not just for Michael Irvin, but for the entire Cowboys dynasty. But just what was the White House? Well, it was the Cowboys' version of a frat house, and it was located just a football field away from their practice facility. Offensive lineman Nate Newen came up with the idea as a place where players could go to lose all their responsibilities. Receiver Alvin Harper leased the house, but everyone can agree that it was Michael Irvin who was the leader. Many teammates pitched in to make sure the house was stacked with all the necessities: drugs, beer, entertainment. It was all there. The only thing missing was the women. To fix this issue, Michael and his personal assistant would go and scout for women at various clubs and bars. When they found ones they liked, they'd give these women an exclusive invite to party with the best team in the NFL. Once the women arrived, the partying officially started, and it went on for several years, as the police were never called. The media knew about it, but were too scared to report on it because of fear of being exiled by the team. The partying eventually came crashing down when Michael was arrested just months after the Cowboys beat the Steelers in Super Bowl 30. Michael Irvin and teammate Alfredo Roberts were found in a motel room, accompanied by cocaine, weed, and a pair of women. Roberts wasn't charged, but Michael wasn't so lucky, as he and the women faced several drug-related charges. This resulted in the White House being shut down immediately. Irvin wouldn't serve any jail time, but he would receive a 5-game suspension, as this would prove to be the first crack in his image. By 1998, the Cowboys dynasty was on a decline. With the departure of many key pieces, the team's championship window had expired, and plenty of new faces were entering the organization. One of those new faces was MacGyver, a 20-year-old offensive lineman who few knew the name of. Little did MacGyver know, his name would soon be etched into football immortality. During training camp, Michael Irvin entered the team barbershop looking to have his lines tightened. None other than MacGyver was in the midst of a haircut, but Irvin had no plans to wait for the haircut to conclude. He instead used some strong language, preaching seniority and demanding that MacGyver leave the chair. All it took was a fellow lineman reassuring MacGyver that he was no rookie, which encouraged him to give Irvin a shove. The teammates began quickly trading blows. Eventually, Irvin turned around, grabbed a pair of scissors, and stabbed MacGyver in the neck. Fortunately, this wasn't fatal, but still, Irvin was in deep trouble. Thanks to the previous motel arrest, Michael Irvin was still on probation and would surely face jail time. Right? Well, no. Owner Jerry Jones refused to let his 32-year-old superstar end up behind bars, so instead, he cooked up a plan to get him out of this. Jerry came up with the nice deal that gave MacGyver a sweet payment to keep his mouth shut. The affair was swept under the rug and labeled as horseplay. Jones threatened to remove all Cowboys ads from the papers, and luckily enough, it worked. Irvin would be allowed to play football at Texas Stadium instead of the prison yard for the 98 season, which would be his last 1,000 yards showing. Michael Irvin was expected to have another amazing season going into 1999, but this is far from what happened. It was week 4 of the 99 season, Cowboys versus Eagles. A low-scoring game that shouldn't have brought much media attention did quite the opposite. With about 5 minutes left in the first quarter, Irvin caught a pass close to the first down marker before being tackled. It seemed like a routine play, but everyone quickly realized the severity when the receiver lay motionless. Irvin would be carted off the field, taking any spirit the Cowboys had left with him. This would end up being the final play of Michael Irvin's career. It was later revealed that he had a cervical spinal cord injury that left him temporarily paralyzed. As for Dallas, they would finish 8-8 on the season, losing in the wild card before returning to 3 straight losing seasons in the coming years. Michael Irvin announced his retirement on July 11, 2000. Irvin has since made a career as a TV sports host, most loved for his energetic tone and sports insight. He will be remembered as a key part of the Cowboys dynasty that won 3 championships. Irvin will also be remembered as a loudmouth who backed up every word that he said with incredible play on the field. However, for some of us, it'll be hard to overlook the dark side of Michael Irvin's career. Make sure to follow Phenom on all socials to support our young, talented content creators and keep a lookout for new content on the way. Want more? Take a look at this video for another amazing story. Thank you for watching. We hope you enjoyed.